Hi, I'm Gabriel Hernandez, and this is Watcher DM's Wake Up Sheeple Adventure Guide. Wake Up Sheeple is an adventure that we designed for 5e for 4 level adventurers. It was written by Austin Holm, and I did the illustration and layout for this adventure. The adventure takes place in the Ermine Marches, which is a outdoor location. The map is kind of provided as the cover art here, with a nice sheep and a wolf. Unlike a lot of our adventures, while this is a location-based adventure, it also has an event chain to it and some factions. The events of this adventure take place because of the Waking Waters, which are potions of awakening, or as the spell awakening, and they come from a meteorite that crashed in the region and has been kind of pouring this waking water into the water supply, causing the sheep to become awakened. As awakened sheep, they have begun demanding rights and all kinds of unsavory things. The adventure proper is the exploration of the region and the effect that having awakened sheep in it has had. You start with entrance 1, which is kind of the entry to the area, and shepherd boy Orville is babbling some nonsense about sheep walking upright and speaking like humans. He'll explain the local crisis. He's like the herald for the whole adventure, and he'll set up whatever with the party. At the crossroads, you find some empty gibbets swinging in the wind, and if they pass through the area a second time, they'll be accosted by a gang of unemployed sheepdogs using the wolves stat block. The South Riverbank is being spied on by a somnomancer. He was employed by the Duchess to spy on the free sheep and estimate their forces. However, counting all those sheep tired him out. Now he slumbers by the riverbank, so if the party can sneak by him, they don't have to interact with the mage. But if they don't, they'll have to deal with him. The Burned Market is 4. That's getting into town, and basically the military, the sheep, the free-minded sheep, the awakened sheep have militarized and have begun attacking the town. And so this is the result as they're trying to liberate their herd, and that's what the Burned Market contains. Area 5 is the Weavers and Tailors district. So there's all kinds of stuff here, but this is where the wool business goes on. Area 6 is the Duchess Hall, where Duchess Dolka, vassal of Queen Aisling, rules. She is attended by people. She wants peace, so she'll offer 700 gold pieces to get it. And she provides one of the Return to Shep and the Join 'em outcomes. You can use her for those. Area 7 is the Fortified Barns, where the townsfolk have put all their captive animals that have not become awakened and are drinking imported water under armed guard. Area 8, on the opposite side, of the north side of the bridge here, is the border. This is guarded by some muscular sheep and 2 awakened trees that have been drinking from the same river waters. And they can be convinced to admit some friendly people, but those who wear wool have disadvantage on checks. Area 9 is the Field of Dreams, which is guarded by 200 sheep. They're just people sheep. They're awakened sheep. They are trying to gain freedom from the world of men, and so they offer the beat 'em outcome and quest. And the sheep here will warn travelers not to go east. Nothing lies that way but a ruined wolf temple and old coal fang. 10 is on the other side of the Waking Waters. That's where Susie proselytizes, telling her followers that they have changed and are now entitled to their place in human society. She offers the Join 'em outcome. If fought, she fights as a werewolf, the hybrid form between sheep and wolf. She has 160 sheep followers, but she relies on her 7 sisters in crisis. They are dire wolves, currently disguised as the shadows of her sheep followers. So she's got wolves hiding among the sheep, and she is in fact a wolf in sheep's clothing. And then 11 is the Foggy Hill. This is if you go out east ignoring the cries of the sheep. And this is where you meet Coalfog. He's called Coalfog by the herd, though he rejects that human name. His mood is as black as his wool, and he believes the sheep were happier in ignorance. And this is the Return to Shep outcome that he is kind of alluding to. And then Area 12 is the Wolf Temple Ruins, where you can learn more. The party deals with some bandits and a druid that are camped out there, and the party can find a bottled moonlight which sheds 30 feet of dim light and triggers transformations and shape changers. That includes Susie, or Loba. If the party can get that on her, she will change in front of everybody. And yeah, this is an area where people used to have stories of wolves talking and walking upright and speaking in tongues, and they were reduced to animals. So the legend goes. 13, over here, is the West River Bank. The river is low here, and tracks show that many animals come here to drink. This is an opportunity for the party to realize that wolves are drinking from the water here. And then the Shifter's Glade is 14 here. So if you can follow the wolf tracks to the shifter to the secluded glen, you will discover that the wolf tracks change, becoming human, deer, and bear, before settling into a sheep's hooves. This evidence interests King Rams, who suspects Susie is evil. Area 15 appear to the north. This is the mountain pass leading to the fountainhead. It's guarded by 10 giant goats. This is quite a fight to get through. If the party can bypass them or just get past them, it's definitely worth doing instead of actually dealing with them all. But they protect the fountainhead from evil and answer to King Rams. So each has sworn to admit no biped to the mountaintop, and the Inkling provides difficult terrain, but only to those moving north. So if the party is moving towards the fountainhead, it is difficult terrain. And then the last location here, 16, is the fountainhead, where the great crystal shard that fell out of the sky is the source of the waking waters. The shard is a celestial library dropped from heaven during a brief civil war, and the falling waters form a small pool when it hits the rock, awakening a lichen colony. A few rounds after warm-blooded creatures enter the area, the fungal algae pulls itself into humanoid-shaped trolls and attacks, and basically climbing up and disabling or taking or smashing the library stops this from going on, and you get one of the outcomes that involves this being destroyed. If it is intact, an attuned celestial speaker may use it as if it were a 3rd level cleric spell scroll, and intentionally any spell you would want your party to have at that level. So yeah, this is a fun opportunity to do some bang in your voices and imagine what sheep worry about in your roleplay. It can be a lot of fun to just kind of engage with the party as though you were a flock of sheep and you had opinions about how gentle somebody sheared you or how cold somebody's hands were. Yeah, so anyway, if you like this sort of video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon if you'll be notified as more adventure guides come out. Also, if you would like to support our additional creations, you can find us on DriveThruRPG, itch.io, or at watcherdm.com. And of course, you can also go join our Patreon, where for a couple bucks a month, you can get brand new, fresh content and all of our backlog of content available immediately. And yeah, that's about it. I hope we'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for coming out. Stay weird.